Fire, 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 fire.
Alright, chat. What is this? Lupita Nyong'o is an insufferable hypocrite. This is the lady that's going to play the main woman in the Troy movie. So let's watch it. Let's see.
As per usual, are we surprised? Probably not.
What are they gonna add a Greek woman? Never.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Just a quick
I'm
little
ready.
notey note before we do this video. As many of you have probably noticed, YouTube is aggressively pushing shorts, which I absolutely hate because it is negatively affecting long-form creators like me who spend lots of time making these videos for you to enjoy and watch and whatnot. So if you are new to this channel, if you are returning to this channel, if you are a long-term baby bird who's been on the hell gondola for a long time, welcome back. I love having you. But my big request here is if you could, leave me a comment, like the video, or subscribe to the channel if you like me. I promise I will like you back,
Odyssey,
because
man.
it really helps us. And don't just do this for me, do this for any long-form creator that you watch, because unfortunately, one of the only ways that our videos get out there and get seen and reach more people is by you interacting or hyping the video or whatever. It's really hard on YouTube right now to compete with the shorts. So
Yeah.
just want to make a note of that. It's okay if not. I won't hold it against you. I get it. But just know that, yeah, it's a weird time on this platform right now and it's affecting all long-form creators. So that is all. Now we'll do the video. Oh, do I have some news for all of you today that's gonna get you nice and fired up. Get into this hell gondola, baby birds, because today we're dealing with my least favorite kind of person, the overtly hypocritical sort that just can't admit when they're wrong. So I confess that when I saw
Because they can't do any wrong, because nobody ever told them to be wrong.
the news about this Black Helen of Troy lady, I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm probably going to keep saying it wrong. I love butchering names. It's my favorite pastime. When I saw the news about her casting, I did feel a little bit sorry for her, because similarly to how I view the actor who is playing Black Snape, Papa Asiadu, I figured that this for her was the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, I said this. You'd be an idiot to pass it up, essentially.
Accepted the role, and really the person who is largely at fault here is actually Christopher Nolan. I was fully prepared to give this woman the benefit of the doubt, but no more, baby birds.
No.
I don't feel like that anymore. In the last week or so, there has been a lot of movement around the upcoming Christopher Nolan Odyssey film. The trailer has officially become the most disliked in Christopher Nolan's career. News articles have dropped left, right, and center, with the cast finally weighing in, and that includes Lupita. I don't know why I can't wrap my brain around her last name.
Nyong'o.
Nyong'o. The woman slated to play Helen of Troy and Helen's sister, Clytemnestra. To be clear, for the
Wait, why are you playing two characters? What?
50th time, these two women are not twins, so why
Yeah, huh?
have one woman playing two sisters who are not twins? I don't know, but I am beginning to really dislike Christopher Nolan.
Not enough actresses? what? Huh? In
You
Hollywood?
are overrated, buddy. Now, given that Helen of Troy is Greek and thus described as white,
Disgusting.
and fair,
This is white
race-swapped
supremacist
casting decision
propaganda.
has made people very upset, including the Greeks themselves. But if you were also like me and
Not a single Greek actor to be found.
assumed that Lupita was just taking a great acting opportunity and she wasn't thinking about the fallout, you would be wrong. I would be wrong. We were all wrong. And now, after watching a boatload of this woman's interviews and also reading her interviews, I have decided that not only is she a giant jerk, but she's also a massive hypocrite. On May 21, 2026, Elle magazine published an article headlined, "Lupita Nyong'o is honored to be your Helen of Troy." Straight up, nothing about this article will give you that indication. Lupita is entitled and it shows in everything she says, but that's a total aside.
Oh boy. And here I was. I always like to give people benefit of the doubt, but here we go.
In this piece, Lupita explains how Nolan gave the cast authority to quote-unquote advocate for their characters when it comes to hair, makeup, wardrobe, and so on. So glad you were consulted, Lupita. Looks great. We can't wait. But the two notable parts of this interview are when Lupita comments on Helen of Troy's beauty and the race swap itself. She said, "You can't perform beauty. I want to know who a character is. What is beyond beauty? What is beyond looks?" That's the thing about doing such a well-known text, which has been studied and interpreted and derived from Helen of Troy's story.
But if you're from a country, wouldn't you want to fit the beauty stereotypes? Like, is it Memoirs of a Geisha? They all have Japanese actors, and they fit Japanese beauty standards from the 1800s and the 1900s. What? Stop being logical. Well, I'm being a woman, but like,
is about her looks. That's the point.
Yeah, because she's beautiful,
desire,
right?
Where everybody wants everything to have depth, but beauty in this case is the point.
Oh, are you stupid?
Lupita goes on to say
Men literally conquered entire villages to rape and pillage the most beautiful woman. That's literally like the whole point of like the old, not even prehistoric is the wrong word, but like, you know, pre-civilization, that's what men would do. Like, what?
The critiques of her as a Greek character are racist and emphasizes that the Odyssey is a mythological story after all. She said, "I'm very supportive of Chris's intention with it and the version of this story that he is telling. Our cast is representative of the world." Jeez Louise.
Yeah, but there's no Greek people in it. Yeah, representative of the world except the Greeks, of course. Yes.
It's quite something
Beautiful.
to be part of the Odyssey because it's so grand. It spans worlds. No, it doesn't. So that's why
what? It's set in what? It's set in Greece.
Cast is what it is.
The
We're
world?
occupying the epic narrative of our time.
Weren't the Greeks also like they really like they were isolatory? Am I cooked? Like, I don't know. I'm not a historian, but like I remember reading like long time ago that they were pretty isolated, right? Like a relatively they had slaves there too.
That is crazy, Lupita, because that's exactly what it's not. The cast is in no way meant to be representative of the world. This is a piece of Greek art from
No, you're wrong and
ancient
racist.
Greek history.
You're right.
Representing Greek mythology and Greek people and their culture. If it's going to definitively represent anything, it should be Greece, which we know it won't at all. Of course, as probably many of you can expect, this article really irritated a bunch of people, and they decided to then start digging into her and her previous interviews. I love when this happens. And well, what do you know? It turns out that Lupita only cares about accuracy and representation when it concerns Africa and African stories, even if those stories are made up. Who could have guessed? Who could have seen this coming?
No way.
It's actually
yeah.
super unfortunate, but one of the things that a lot of people don't see coming is identity theft. But with the help of today's sponsor, Incogni, you can make sure your private information...
The Greeks conquered a lot of land. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They conquered and expanded, sure, but they kind of locked out and pushed everyone out that wasn't Greek. Right? Like, I remember reading that a long time ago. I don't remember where or when, but like, yeah, they conquered most of the Mediterranean and then they pushed everyone out.
Is not on data broker websites. Imagine your neighbor going outside and screaming across the street for everyone to hear personal information about you. Sydney Watson lives at P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Oh, that's
Sydney
a
Watson has
Nemo.
an intense hatred for mayonnaise. I will
That's a
email you
Nemo
Sydney
reference.
Watson's social security number in exchange for cookies. This would, of course, be creepy and horrifying and a horrible infringement on your privacy. But it's basically what data brokers are doing to you every day. Gathering your information, putting it online, and showing it to
calls.
everyone with a Wi-Fi connection. And the gross thing is, this has led to an increase in identity theft, which you probably think won't affect you, but it could affect any one of us and lead to your assets being compromised. People can take take out credit cards in your name and run up debt that you don't know about until randomly your credit gets pinged. But there is a way to help stop this, and that help is called Incogni. Thankfully, Incogni is insanely easy to use. You make an account, give Incogni the right to work for you, and then they set about getting your information removed from these websites. And honestly, every time I log into my account and check progress, I am astounded by just how many sites my information was on and how regularly Incogni is having to knock that information
look at
back
that
down
shit.
again. Because yeah, data brokers can re-add your information. Isn't that awful? But Incogni, once again, thankfully, continually sends takedown notices on your behalf. Another really cool feature of Incogni is their custom removal process too, where you can submit links to sites that have your information, and Incogni will set about getting that information removed. Since I signed up, Incogni has removed my information almost 1,500 times.
It's a lot.
1,500. And saved me over 1,000 hours of doing this myself. On a serious note, I'm honestly just incredibly grateful that Incogni exists, and having this working in the background gives me so much peace of mind. So if you are finally ready to take your information back and take your privacy back into your own hands, then click the link in the description or go to incogni.com/Sydney. And of course, don't forget to use
It's kind of famous. Yeah, sure, I agree.
60% off an annual plan.
People probably
This
send her
is a
shit and they want to
serious
find
and
out where she
pervasive
lives.
issue, and Incogni is here to help you take advantage of this offer today. During an interview with the BBC from 2018, Lupita discusses her role in Black Panther. Yes, you know the film, the one that is set in a made-up African country with a made-up language and
made-up people, yeah.
people. The one
it's supposed to be like a conglomerate of different African cultures.
People went insane over because it was a mostly black cast, and you know, those people told white people not to go see the movie opening weekend so they could have a pure black experience.
Imagine if the roles were reversed and they made like an actual good Odyssey and it was cast appropriately with white-skinned people, and then white people would say that shit. Dude, can you imagine the backlash? Bro, can you imagine? People be like, wait, what? Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, that film. I completely forgot until 5
Only
minutes
Greeks
ago
allowed.
that some
Yeah, you
black
gotta have your
people
Greek
and
card.
Pick-me white people were telling other white people not to go to the cinema that weekend.
That's insane.
Because they were thinking that we were gonna stuff up the black experience. It's just,
What?
we live in hell.
When I go to the movies, I just watch them quietly. What the fuck are... What, my presence being there disturbs you? What the fuck?
Anyway, in the interview, Lupita comments on the misrepresentation of Africa that often takes place, suggesting it is a huge problem. She goes on to say that although the continent in Black Panther is fictitious, it really was important for the cast to get the language right, the accent right, and represent the mythology accurately.
What Black Panther shows us is that there is a whole host of people who get the misrepresentation that Africa has had, and who respect the continent, want to reinvestigate the continent, and
okay, but then these same people would make the argument that the Odyssey is a mythological Greek drama, right? Why does this get not the equivalent, like, attention as the Odyssey? Like, this is a fictional setting, too.
we represent the continent. You know, oftentimes the African continent, when it's portrayed in cinema, it's very general.
Wakanda
and
forever.
we were all hell-bent on it not being general. So the fact that, you know, our fictitious African nation speaks the language Xhosa, we needed to learn that language. We needed to, you know, get the accent in English and everything. Though it's a fictitious nation, it is brought to life and derived from real African cultures. And hopefully there is a celebration as a result, a respect for these very wealthy and diverse cultures that often just get washed as one thing.
Wow.
So you made your own movie and it was successful and it respected the African continent and the mythology and the history and whatever, right? But the Odyssey is a step too far?
almost sounds like mythology, and the culture from which that mythology is derived matters after all. Doesn't it, Lupita? Guys, I know I shouldn't be surprised at all because every day is Groundhog Day, but I
That's
find
so
it
strange
insane
to me.
that she says all of these things with a straight face, and then here we are all these years later, and she's saying that actually none of this matters, that culture doesn't matter, and the mythology doesn't matter, and being honest about these cultures and mythologies doesn't matter because it doesn't concern Africans.
If I want to go and watch, because there's a lot of like Slavic mythology, there's not going to be a lot of diversity. I wouldn't want the same thing. Like, yeah, like rules for thee, but not for me.
You can't make this stuff up. If you take nothing else from this video, it should be this, because this is the funniest thing I'm including. She reportedly even dropped out of her role
Chinese
in the 2022
mythology?
film
Yeah.
The Woman King because it was failing to accurately portray marginalized African communities and their histories. This is, like, I'm not even joking, this is the funniest thing that I think I've ever read. This movie told the story of the West African Ogoji tribe's all-female warrior regiment, which really did exist. Lupita was
Okay.
apparently originally so excited about being cast in this movie that she went on to make a mini documentary about the Ogoji tribe and the area that the tribe comes from.
Okay.
So she goes to visit, and here she's all excited because she's being told about the tribe, and she sees panthers and some swords crossed on a wall and some artwork that they did, and she immediately attributes it to the Black Panther and the made-up country that is Wakanda.
This is literally the equivalent of like soy pogging at like I don't know, man. Like it's literally soy pogging. This is so consumeristic. Yeah, Wakanda's real. What? You literally just said a few minutes ago that they base it off of. Oh my god.
I did not expect to see panthers. At the top of the mound is a crisscross of two swords forming like a scissor shape.
Soy pog.
Which, for me, reminded me of Wakanda Forever, which is so dope.
That is so dope. That is so cool. Animals in Africa.
But unfortunately, after she learned that the
You walk up to like the statue of like Zeus, and then you go like, soy pog, it's just like Hercules from the movie, the Disney movie. Okay. What?
tribe was in fact
Yeah,
brutal,
I
violent, and
guess.
participated
You're not
in
wrong.
slavery. She said that
Oh no, what?
But unfortunately, after she learned that the tribe was in fact brutal, violent, and participated in slavery, she said that any notion that this tribe was a beacon of enlightened feminism.
Sweetie, most of civilization participated in slavery in one form of another. I would honestly argue that corporations do that still to this day with sweatshop workers, but I'm not gonna get into it because it gets a little bit, you know, like too political. But like, come on. What are we doing here? Girl, yeah, they tracked their own people. Yes, like, and Vikings, even though they were cool warriors and they conquered like a lot of the seas, I guess what? They raped and pillaged women. Yeah, I know, unpleasant truth, right? That's just how it was. No way. Yeah, I know. Pretty much everyone did that. Like
Women in Black Panther
Yes.
was long gone. I
It
want
sucked.
you guys to understand this. She was attributing a real-life tribe, a real-life African tribe, to a made-up country from a frickin', what is it, Marvel movie? Is that what it is? And
no, it's not sunshine and rainbows like my Marvel movie. Oh no.
And she's disappointed when the real-life tribe isn't this feminist icon that she hoped that it would be, like in the Black Panther made-up movie. Like, yeah, obviously.
She's stuck in
Black
Wakanda.
Panther
Yep.
is made up. You
She
got to
is.
experience reality, Lupita. Isn't it unpleasant? Anyway, shortly after this, she dropped out of the film, and a lot of people chalked it up to the fact that she didn't like what she saw when she went to Africa, and she didn't feel like the feminist retelling of the story was accurate. And actually, to be fair to this woman, if that is why she dropped out, I think that's completely fair enough. That's perfectly fine and respectful. But it's also really funny if she dropped out because she was angry that I don't know, that it
Well,
wasn't.
with her, I think what happens is that she, like, parallels herself to Wakanda, and Wakanda being based on black culture or black African culture, and it's like, I don't know, man. You can still be, like, proud of where you come from. You just have to acknowledge that, like, yeah, everybody did bad shit. People still do bad shit. What the fuck?
Representing African communities.
Yeah, it's nothing
correctly.
new. Like, just
You
acknowledge
want
it
them
and
to
move
represent
on.
slavery better? I don't understand. This will just never not be funny to me. Digging into this woman further, it becomes very clear very quickly that all she cares about is race. And she is one of
Yes.
these big proponents of
Strange.
forced representation, actual DEI initiatives, and inserting herself into places where she probably doesn't belong. Ironically, after winning an Oscar for her role in 12 Years a Slave, she got mad being asked to play other slave roles because they were carrying on a stereotype, and I quote, expected of people from her continent.
Are these people just not educated in history or something? Wait, but then if Hollywood decided to cast a white person, but they would call them an African, wouldn't you hate that just as much because your skin color matters to you? Like, I don't understand this logic. Are we supposed to not cast black people because, like, that's what happened? What are they supposed to be, Asian or white? Back then? What?
I don't, what
What
does this
logic?
mean?
Bro,
That
I'm just-
Africans sold other Africans into slavery? They still do that. This
Yeah,
isn't a
they do.
stereotype. They
Yeah.
literally went to Africa and learned about Africans selling other Africans into slavery. It's times like this I wish I drank alcohol. Anyway, in one roundtable discussion from
She wanted other black actors cast, not her? No, because she said it's a stereotype. I understand if she doesn't want to do it again. I would be perfectly fine with being like, oh, well, it's traumatic and, like, I don't like it. And I put on a really good performance because I had to, right? Because they have to do it because they're locked in a contract. But, like, she said it's because it's a stereotype. That's the wording that she used, apparently.
2019, Lupita commented that she supports the
Typecasting?
forced representation in Hollywood and herself is
Makes no
pushing for
sense.
equitable diversity to become the norm, not a fad or a trend.
I am a black woman.
Okay.
And so, you know, this industry, this Me Too time, this Time's Up time is about allowing for more equitable representation. And I am benefiting from the efforts of a lot of other women who have come before me, other black women who have come before me, who have had it a lot rougher than I have. For me, I think this is a time where there is a concerted effort to consider diversity and inclusion. What I really want is for it to not
Where's
be a
the
fad,
men at the
not to be a
table,
trend,
man?
You know, where
shouldn't be trendy.
right
Is
now
this
it's
the view?
really
No.
dope and cool and on trend to work with women and underrepresented groups, but I think
Yeah, but it's not okay because, like, even though Greeks are a minority as a people within the world, because they have white skin, you're not allowed to have them in the movie. Yep.
the moment of maturity in the industry is when it is just the norm.
Ironically, again, in another interview she did many years ago, she said that she thinks that lighter skin tones are rewarded. I find this sort of hilarious, albeit depressing.
What?
Because the only reason
Rewarded
that
for
Lupita got
what?
the role in
You're born with a skin color. What does that even mean?
Odyssey is because she's black. In a very direct way, she is the result of the DEI initiatives that she has been advocating for, which means two things. Number one, she doesn't see an issue with anything that's happening here. And number two, she got exactly what she wanted. In yet another interview from 2017, I guess just prior to Black Panther being released, Lupita said that her mandate on this earth is to expand everyone's understanding of African identity. She added, I want to play women of
That's fine. You did Black Panther. People really like that movie, but you can create stories clearly that are good and everybody enjoyed them. I know white people that fucking enjoyed Black Panther. I didn't watch it. I think it was during COVID when it came out. I didn't have money, so I never went to watch it. I never bothered with it, but I had a lot of people that liked it, and I knew a lot of people that liked it, and they didn't say anything bad about it. So like, why not just make your own story? Question mark?
all walks
2018?
of life.
Oh, it was pre-COVID. Well, I was still broke as fuck.
But
I
by
can
default,
remember.
Whatever woman
I just remember having no
play will be
money.
Black, and in doing so, it will be expanding our understanding of what that experience is, because it's not a singular experience. It turns out, Lupita, that not every role you're going to be playing is that of a Black woman. You're now playing a Greek woman from Greek mythology. It does make me wonder if this changes things for Lupita, if she's going to make an attempt to understand the European way of life, to understand what it's like to be a white person and our collective experience.
An olive-skinned
I need to
person.
calm down. I'm getting really mad. I've mentioned this in other videos, but sometimes when things happen on the internet that concerns a specific celebrity or e-person or whoever, I look into that person to cover the story or to give more details about that individual, and I just come to find out that they're not that bad, or actually they're a completely fine, normal person, and they just happen to find themselves in a bit of hot water over something
It's
dumb.
pretty rare for Hollywood actors to not be dickheads. I'm usually more surprised when they are relatively, like, well-adjusted people.
That they did or said. Lupita, last
Generally.
name I can't pronounce, from everything I have seen and read and heard, absolutely sucks. I know I shouldn't really be surprised, because in the opposite direction, it's actually more shocking when Hollywood...
I think one of the actors in the Odyssey, the new one that's coming out right now, the one that we're talking about, one of the actors was like a classically trained like drama actor, and apparently they never consumed the Odyssey, like, ever. And that just kind of blew my mind. It's like, you've never read this ever? It's like, so it was a classical fucking, that was her? It was? Lupita never read the Odyssey. Oh my god. 2026 Summer Story told that she never read the Odyssey. I don't know the first thing about this. No fucking way. And she's like classically trained. She did drama in school? What? It's like one of the first things you read, no?
Turns out a person...
That was 10 years ago? Bro, they've been teaching about the Odyssey for like centuries now. It's like one of the most classic dramas ever. I never read or heard of it either. But you're not a fucking drama actor! You're everyday person doesn't know what the fuck it is, but I'm talking about like it's like an electrician not knowing what a fucking socket is. It's retarded.
Who is not a complete D-bag. That's a real departure from the norm. But I think in this case, it is completely infuriating to observe this woman be such an open hypocrite and also have these insane double standards. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, upon reflection, I realized that someone like Papa Asiadu probably accepted his wholly inappropriate role as Severus Snape, not because he's got some weird desire to participate in forced representation, but because he thinks he had the chance of a lifetime. And honestly, he seems like a good guy, even if I probably would wildly disagree with some of his
Yeah, he probably got a lot of
stances.
shit for it too,
Lupita,
sadly.
on the other hand, is always needing
We're gonna
to
get
make
ads,
a point.
aren't we? Fuck.
Everything she does is to advance Africans and African representation, despite the fact, by the way, guys, that she spent the majority of her life in the United States, but that's totally...
And again, he didn't say anything about representing black people or diversity in the Harry Potter movie. He just took the role. I would be far more lenient because he didn't open his mouth and say dumb shit of like, yeah, I feel like diversifying the cast of Harry Potter will do justice to black people. It's like, he didn't say that. He's just being a guy. He got picked. It's their fault.
Her
They threw him
objectives
under the
are
bus.
to advance DEI, which she has admitted she thinks is a good thing. What's wild as well is
Of
that
course.
in discussing
Yep.
her time in Kenya, because she did spend time in Kenya as a child because her family is Kenyan, she said that when she would switch on the television, she never saw anyone on the TV who was as dark as her, and that is a problem. So you're not even happy with the black representation you see in a black country. Fantastic. I think that people like Lupita are the main problem with modern television and entertainment. It's never enough for her. And she's basically admitted that. It isn't enough to see black people on television.
No, you gotta bring
because
in
they're
more.
not dark enough for her liking. Unless
Dude. This is so... Bro, this is some advanced racism. Whoa!
she's seeing herself reflected back
Bro!
100% in whoever's on the screen.
Yo, do I have any black chatters that are like, wait, this actor isn't black enough for me. This is not representing enough of my skin color. What the fuck? My brother watched The Blade on DVD. Like, The Blade 2 or 3 or whatever the fuck. You know, he's the main character is black, and he literally... My brother's a fucking white dude. He's like, he would wear the glasses, he got a trench coat, he asked dad for a trench coat, and dad got him one. And the Blade, he would, like, LARP as the Blade and come into the room and, like, kind of swish his coat. I remember I was a kid, and I was just laughing at him. And the Blade, yeah, the Blade is a dope character. And my brother doesn't fucking think about how he's black and he's white. He just thinks that he's cool. What is... It's like the opposite of racism.
She's not happy. Her life goal, in her own words, is to advance the initiatives of the African continent. And it's very important to her to have the mythology of different countries in Africa represented, to have the cultures and traditions represented, but none of that extends to Europe and European culture.
No, Europeans are bad. Europeans colonized. Europeans introduced slavery, even though they didn't. There's a lot of other countries and a lot of other continents that did slavery before them. No, European bad. European bad. Very bad. Greek, also European, so bad. Very bad.
History and European mythology, because that actually falls outside of her purview of caring. So it's fine to trash European cultures and mythologies because she doesn't care about it and she doesn't advocate for it. But you better believe that she's gonna fight tooth and nail for made-up African cultures to be properly represented. I hate it here.
I just wish it was both ways. I'm not against people making their own movies with, like, made up cultures that are conglomerate of, like, their continent. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, don't watch it. There's plenty of people that do that. But, like, if you want it to be something that represents, it should be both sides. It's either all okay or none of it is.
My opinion, from everything I can see, this woman is everything wrong with modern Hollywood, and unfortunately many of her opinions permeate modern Hollywood and are shared by many of the people around her. So unfortunately, as long as people like this are pushing forward and trying to achieve their own ends in the entertainment space, we're probably not going to see a massive decline in many of the annoying things that they advocate for until something drastic changes. In the end, it's pretty obvious. I hope that this woman is a massive hypocrite who should not be playing
She's
Helen
nasty.
Troy.
She's got a
But it's
nasty
also extremely
personality.
disappointing that she can't see that the things she advocates for when it comes to Africans are the exact same things that many of us want to advocate for when it comes to Europeans. So it will always be disappointing watching somebody do something so hypocritical, like accepting the role of a Greek mythological woman that they probably shouldn't be playing in the first place. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all
Incorrect.
of you, this is just a reminder,
Wakanda
check out
forever.
using the link in the
Wakanda was Greek.
description. I love Incogni. I love the long-term sponsors that I have, and this is one of them. If you are worried about data brokers, Incogni is constantly improving what they're doing
she
so that
finds
you can be better
Wakanda.
protected online and not have your information accessible for absolutely everybody out there. So
I feel like not her, but like this Lupita woman is just honestly just ignorant of history. How could you not know going to an African tribe and not know that they do bad things over there? Like, what are we talking about? Like in Papua New Guinea, they eat they're cannibals, and I don't fucking know, on islands in the Mediterranean, like there's still some tribes that are uncontacted. They eat people. Like, just do your research. Why does this surprise you? And again, it's like this ignorance.
check
The
them
stupid
out, link in the
ignorance.
description. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Do you believe, and this is the biggest question, that this woman is a hypocrite? That she is a double standard about the way that mythology is treated? That when it comes to European mythology, Greek mythology, she says, oh, it doesn't really matter, and this casting represents the whole world as it should.
As
Do you
the
think
whole
that that's
world.
correct?
The
And how do you
Odyssey, the
feel about
whole
the
world.
fact that in her own words, she's saying that the made-up place of Wakanda, which is based loosely around other European cultures, needs to be properly represented? Do you think that these two things cancel each other out? What do you make of the Woman King situation? Is that surprising to you that she reacted that way? Is it not really surprising? Is it fair? Is it unfair? What do you make of her absolute obsession with
Mediterranean? I meant to say, Jesus, what am I saying? Not Mediterranean. The other word. You guys know what I'm saying. Did I say Mediterranean? Uncontacted tribes in the Macedonia? No. I'm being retarded. No, I didn't mean Mediterranean. Sorry. Amazon? Mesopotamian? I don't know, man. You guys know what I mean. Out in the fucking ocean, the Pacific.
race and the African continent? Do you think that's fair? Is that unfair? Remembering that she grew up in the United States. And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here, you're not subscribed already, and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback.
Caribbean,
Like
I think
always
that's
say,
what
my
I meant,
wonderful little
Caribbean.
chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little faces in the next video.
Thank you, Miss Sydney. Goodness gracious me. Ugh. Ugh! Yuck! I don't know, man. Nasty girl with a nasty attitude. Very privileged. Very sheltered. Doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. I don't know, man. For me, it was the dead giveaway. It's like, oh, I never heard of the Odyssey. I went to a drama acting school, but I never knew what the Odyssey was. I never heard of it until now. Yeah. Entitled actor.
Fire, fire, fire.